Basically these notes here are from my CTA1 Foundations subject, which is taught by the Tax Institute in Australia. And basically what CTA1 Foundations does is it teaches you the basics of tax, really. This one was more specific to individuals. You did learn a little bit about companies and whatnot. So what you can see is just basically all of this stuff here is just questions, like information from the questions we were given in CTA1 Foundations. This was an exam question, but I've obviously changed a few things, so it's applicable to me. Example, the two jobs I've got, the interest income, ignore this corporate tax rate, the pay-as-you-go installments as well. All that was just fed into other formulas I've got in this sheet, but I couldn't delete them because it would screw up the final formula. As you can see here, franking credits, I've just basically removed that. I've kept everything else, but I've put a zero figure here, so that's what feeds into my final formula. Yeah, as you can just see what I've just done there. So net income, obviously it's the sum of these two here, and the interest income too. Oh no, sorry, bank interest is calculated there. Taxable income, I've had pre-tax deductions there. So there's the tax paid total from both jobs. Medicare levy, as you can see, it's 2% of total taxable income unless you've got some lower and upper income limits, and dependent children impact that as well, but for the vast majority it'll just be 2% of your total taxable income. Basic tax liability, what that is the tax you'd owe without taking into account deductions, basically. So as you can see, you've got the table rates there, and they feed into here. You just pause and have a look at that. Basically it's just the money I've earned in each bracket times that, and then summed it together at the bottom, total tax payable from all brackets. Now, most people are going to be applicable for their low income tax offset. As you can see, most people aren't exactly earning over $66,000 a year. That was me this financial year. I'll get that. I'll also get the low and middle income tax offset as well. There's a small business tax offset which was applicable to the question I was doing in the exam, but obviously for me in this case it's not. But yeah, I just had to keep it there, otherwise it'll stuff up the formula I've got. Here's me going through that. What this section here is, it's your help debt or trade support loan payment debt. Well, that's it. Yeah. So as you can see, I've highlighted the part that's applicable to me. That'll feed into this formula here. There was no hex in this question on the exam, but it's applicable to me, so I've added it in. So yeah, step one, you got your taxable income, and then you calculate your basic tax liability. Your non-refundable tax offsets, they're calculated a bit further down in the column. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's happened there. Why the formula's here and then it's also down there. It's probably some error I made, but oh well. Add Medicare levy, obviously 2%. Medicare levy surcharge, that's 1.5% if you earn over $90,000 as an individual or $180,000 as a couple. Not applicable to me. Hope loan repayment, applicable to me. And then you take away the income tax offsets. Yeah, as you can see what I've done there. I've highlighted them both to show you where it is. Just highlighting what I've already done. Yeah, small business income offset, not applicable to me, neither is the franking tax offset. So that's the current amount I'm meant to have paid, and that's the amount I have paid. So obviously if you've paid more than what you're meant to, you'll get a refund. A lot of people do, but in my case, I'm probably going to owe a bit over $4,000 at this rate. But let's have a look. We'll jump onto my tax now. So this is what you'll see when you get onto the Australian Taxation Office through MyGov. Were you an Australian resident? Most people, yes. If you're not, there's different tax rates that apply. Did you have a spouse? No. Forever alone, but yeah, that'll also impact your taxable income. Obviously, you can have couples income, like I said, with the Medicare levy surcharge, $180,000 for couples income, but I don't know too much about that. This is just basically just to give individuals a little bit of info about your tax return. So the pre-fill information here, a lot of this will be pre-ticked by the ATO. They've got a lot of info on you. As you can see there, I don't have this ticked. I didn't get any job seeker. I actually worked during the pandemic. No pensions, no youth allowance for me. None of this. Foreign employment income, no. All my income's in Australia. Personal services income, no. I'm not a contractor of any sort. No house, first home super saver for me. I did have interest and dividends, interest from my bank, as most people get. It's pretty low at the moment, but I guess it's something. Dividends, I work for Woolworths, and I have shares with them, and they pay out dividends, so I got that. I don't have a rental property, and these aren't applicable to me either. No CGT stuff. Sole trader, no, not this year at least. Foreign income, no. Other income including employee share schemes, well, there's dividends there. Deductions you want to claim. Yeah, so I might need to click other deductions, although work-related expenses, gifts, donations. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to claim other deductions because that'll have my work clothing and whatnot. Unless that's counted in work-related expenses, but you can dig into that later. Tax losses of earlier years, no offsets. So that's basically what you have to pre-fill before you go into calculating your return, which will be on the next page. So this is what you'll see when you first go onto the Australian Taxation Office portal. You can see here the activity statement. That was I was a sole trader registered for GST a couple of years ago, but I unregistered, so I didn't really need to submit BASs, but it's still showing. Haven't heard anything from the ATO. They're not going to get much from me anyway, even if I do lodge it. If anything, I'd get a refund from them, so I don't think they're going to care. Contact details, what you'll see. Sorry about skipping. Contact details, what this is. It's just how to contact you, your name, address, whatnot. Financial institution details, it's just your bank account. Personalized return, which is what we were going through earlier. And prepare return, this is where the juicy stuff is. Oops, sorry, my bad. I should just let the video play out. So yeah, as you can see, they've already got the info on how much I earned from both jobs and the amount of tax that was withheld. The interest at the bottom, it's obviously the interest I got from my bank accounts, which is really not much, hey? Dividends, I got $21 in dividends from Woolworths employee share schemes. You'll see this adjustment here. Although I didn't really tick that part before, it's not really going to matter because the next picture is basically if you have a reduction of up to $1,000 in the amount that you're assessed on, my tax will calculate this for you. No action required on my end. So this deduction was done automatically. I paid like half a year of union fees and realized that they were shit. So then I cancelled it. So they only took $244 from me. But union fees are deductible. And they showed on my Woolworths pay slips, so the HO's already got this information. This is one of the last things you'll see on the page. Yeah, as you can see, got nothing to do with private health insurance or Medicare levy exemption reduction. No, I think Medicare levy exemption or reduction applies to like war veterans and a few other specific parties, but I'm not going to go too into everything, or this video will be even longer. This is just meant to be, yeah, like I said before, just a little bit of info for people who don't really know much about your tax return. And this is the last part. Prepare yourself or a volunteer. Will you need to lodge Australian tax return in future years? Most people, obviously, yes. But those two are ticked automatically anyway. So, yeah, so this part is one of the deductions, work-related car expenses. Obviously your cents per kilometre or logbook. If you're not sure what those are, Google it. I'd give a brief rundown, but like I said, this video is going to be long enough as it is. I'm only claiming a little bit because I got two jobs. You can't travel work home to work, but you can travel work to work, which I got two jobs, so it's fine. You work one job, then go to the other. It's a deductible amount. This snippet, basically, if you're really unsure, they've got help here. Basically, just obviously gives you some help, some extra info if you're not sure. I should probably explain that. I need my CPA for my accounting job, professional development. It's an allowable deduction, but I can only get $890 back, and the reason I can only get $890 back is because the first $250, you can't really claim the first $250. So if you had self-education expenses for a job and it was like $240, unlucky, you don't get a deduction for that. So you get a deduction for anything that's more than $250 relating to self-education expenses. This is just a donation deduction. I think it used to be something like under $250 you didn't need a receipt for tax deductible donations. You're not legally allowed to claim a deduction for every donation you make. They have to be like a deductible recipient or something like that. But now it looks like there's only $2 or more, because otherwise everyone was just claiming a couple $100 as a donation on their tax return when they didn't actually donate anything. So it was just for a free deduction for everyone. So I think they've cracked down on this. Yeah, so here's some more deductions I've claimed. You can claim laundry deduction. Woolworths gives me a bit of an allowance They give me basically like $1.50 or something per shift I do for laundry for my uniform. Can't claim that, but at my other job, I can. Here's that $8.90 I was talking about before with the CPA fee. Other work-related expenses. Yeah, that's like protective boots for both jobs and Officeworks fees. I had to get some notes ready for my exam, which is related to my job. So what this section here is, I can't actually lodge mine yet because Woolworths hasn't actually prepared everything properly yet, but that's fine. I can keep my $4-ish grand for a little bit longer in case another emergency pops up. And yeah, basically that's just what that is. When's it going to pop up? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so basically it's just a screen record of everything. It's basically just what you'll see. I'm not going to go up more because that'll show some personal details. But yeah, there's just, as you can see, you can hover over the question marks and it just gives you some help. As I said before, they make it really easy for you to do. I am an accountant, and even then I don't recommend going to C1 to do your tax return unless you've got you've got a lot of like various income, like you've got interest income from overseas, rental properties, whatnot, then I'd probably go C1. But if you just got a stock standard job, a few deductions, just save yourself some money and do it yourself, although you can claim the fees that they charge. However, since you haven't actually paid it at the time you lodge the return, I don't know if you are actually able to. I know some accountants I've seen before do let you do that, and some of them don't. I guess it depends, but yeah, that gifts and donations are $2 or more thing she went through before. Cost of managing tax affairs, yeah, that's just what I said. Expenses for managing your own tax agent fees, going to see an accountant. Personal super contributions, I haven't done anything yet. It's a good way to save money if you're in a much higher tax bracket, which I am not. Also, I kind of would rather the money now than later. Project pool is related to, like, I guess it's like bigger companies and businesses, not individuals. Yeah, other deductions, just if they don't fit any of the other ones. Election expenses, not applicable to me. I don't have anything to do with politics. Yeah, low value pool deduction, once again for businesses and whatnot. Yeah, so that's that. Here's just basically ATO has an app. You can just chuck all your deductions in there. My AirPods are a bit wonk with their batteries. So this is what the app looks like. That's not it. My deductions. So basically what I've done is I've just chucked some of my receipts in here just so that I know what I can claim. I've added the pictures in too, but I mean, we're not going to go through them, but yeah, see polo top, hard cap boots, protective boots, notes, and then the subject as well. So yeah, it's a brief rundown.